Hello guys, welcome to today's video where I'm going to walk you through what is going to be my idea of this year's full-on glam holiday 2023 makeup tutorial. So we're going to do the whole makeup look, and today's look is going to be mainly focused on so much blending, but this is something that regardless you can pull this off in a sense of technique and also the way of creating this type of a more toned down artistry that follows your facial structures. So without any further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. Let's get started. My skin has been prepared. I'm going to start off with the eyebrows as usual. Now I'm gonna use Danessa Myricks Grown palette. I really do love this palette. Now I've been using this one, I'll say ever since I purchased this palette. Now what I wanted to say is that received various questions when it comes to using this groundwork palette. You know what, in general, I think like there's been like a lot of kind of a confusion when it comes to it and the way it performed. I think I only have like one fully dedicated video when it comes to this. So I don't know, I'm just thinking should I have done something else, but we're going to use this one today as well. And I'm going to show you, for example, like step by step how you can use this for your for your eyebrows first. Now, of course, we do have powder and pomades. And right now I'm going to go in with the shade Sculpted, which is powder for my eyebrows. The reason for this, I'm going to take the excess off, of course. I'm going to use like softly just going through my eyebrows, the reason for that. And you can see the difference between this one and that one, like how different that is. And at the moment, it might seem without the rest of the makeup that this is a little bit too harsh, but you'll see how everything comes together later. So I just basically want to fill in with a pomade any gaps that I have. So I'm brushing through my eyebrow kind of, and I'm going to use spoolie just ever so slightly. I can use same powder shade using my liner brush, and I'm just now doing kind of a strokes when it comes to eyebrows, just additionally filling in any gaps a bit stronger, whatever I couldn't done with the blending brush, and like so I can see where did I miss any spot. I know this is gonna take time to make it look like everything looks even. Once again, just slightly brush them. In general, I started to use lately this brow balm by PLouise, but the thing is that this one you really need to press it in. So the way it works the best is when you don't have anything on your eyebrows, just to kind of laminate them, and then you can go with the rest of your products. So instead, maybe this will be a little bit, I don't know, weird. This is got to be glue for the hair, so it's gel-like consistency and it's clear, and I just can slightly brush my hairs and they will stay in place for the most part. If you want to achieve kind of a laminated look, then you'll have to press more. Now I've done one step and clean it, and then now I'm gonna go again. I don't want to lift. See, here's the thing, like whenever you have product underneath, I'm kind of afraid I'm going to lift everything. So I really need to be gentle, and I'm going to just slightly press it like so against my skin. Now I'm going to use Sculpted and tourmaline, a little bit tourmaline shade. So I'm going to make a mixture of a color that pretty much matches my eyebrows. And slowly I'm going to start creating like a small strokes. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Vaseline just to easier way to remove the excess of the eyebrows. I pretty much go really low when it comes to eyebrows, and then I can shape them. I am going in with the PLouise base in 02 just to make that shape of the eyebrows first. And what I like to do, just press it slowly just to reduce any excess of a product that I have already looks like more natural. I can also blend everything right here. I have a bunch of eyeshadow palettes in here. It's already created look on, well, half of the look on this eye. So I'll start with the PLouise Base 02. I find this one matches really good my skin tone at the moment. And I do love that this base is tacky. So if you prefer different base, that is fine as well. Or you can just set this one with translucent powder, but I don't feel like that is like the best approach for what I'm doing today. First, I'm gonna play with some lights, and I'm going in with Tom Ford Soleil Neige palette. Wow, this is gorgeous palette, and I am applying this light matte shade. This is really neutral, more leaning kind of a cool tone shade, which I am loving it. And I'm using a small brush, and so you can see I'm really packing this eyeshadow. I will of course blend everything even more once the next eyeshadow comes in here. So I'm mainly focusing on this area, which is underneath my eyebrow. Next, I'm going in with Pretty Grunge palette from Huda Beauty, the newest palette from her. And I'm gonna go with a blending brush using shade Rise Up, and that one goes right here into my crease. As I mentioned earlier, these eyeshadows are the type of the eyeshadows that you can build up. So I'm packing my brush and going in again. I'm going really slowly and making sure everything is blended. Also trying to connect this with the previous eyeshadow, and this will blend beautifully together. This one is more of a neutral, cool tone shade. As this is pretty cool tone, I do want to give it a little bit warm, so I'm going in with this shade right here, shade Liberty. And again, like I said, really making sure everything is blended. I'm going in with the Ingles MC gel eyeliner in number 77 in my upper waterline, and I'm gonna go back with Danessa's Groundwork palette, Pomade Bark, and I will use this one to help me to make a smoked eyeliner. I will take a small brush, and this works really nicely on top of the space that I already have, and I will just smudge this one. Okay, this is just for me to give that sticky base where I can apply more eyeshadows on top of it, and it gives me a little bit more depth. And I'm gonna go in again with Tom Ford eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use this one, and you can see how strong pigment it does have, and it grabs beautifully. Just trying to make sure that I don't go with this one too much, and I will layer down next eyeshadows that I have, but I will repeat it later as well because I will lose some of the pigment because I went this way. You know what, I'm going to use this shade Liberty again. And I will mainly use that one to kind of connect this edge and this area right here so that it can blend better. If it's too dark, you can go with a clean brush and just blend it even more. The next shade that I applied is Fearless shade from Huda Beauty. This one is really pigmented, and I really do love this color. And now what I'm gonna do, I will mix shade Heroine from Huda Beauty and this one from Tom Ford. As I realized that Huda's is a bit too yellowish, and I do love a little bit more of a coolness for today's look. And I'm going in my inner part of the eye, and you can see what a difference does it make. Really packing that eyeshadow, and I'm reapplying a couple of times until I get the effect that I want. And now what I wanted to incorporate as well, again, go with the shade Liberty, and that will be kind of a connection between the shades that we already have. So here, kind of in between, to give me a little bit of a warmth. Now I am again adding a little bit of Huda's Fearless shade. And once again, repeating Tom Ford's darkest shade, just a little bit. And what I also done with the Tom Ford darkest shade. Kind of went in here like a wind liner. Move that out a little bit. And for the end, of course, from Natasha Denona, Black as Black eyeshadow from my Dream palette, which, as you probably know, is my favorite. Before we continue, I did apply some contact lenses in this beautiful blue color, and these are from Miss Lens. I'll link them down in the description. Anyways, a little bit of the PLouise base, and also this will help like to make this area right here kind of a little bit more sharp and lifted. Going in with the Liberty shade from Huda, and I will spread that shade all across my lid. I will avoid a little bit of this inner corner, but make sure right here I cover everything. Also going in with the shade Rise Up on top of it, just to tone down this a little bit of too much of an orangey color based on everything that I do have. And now it looks beautifully like the skin-like warm shade. It's beautiful when you combine these two shades. Actually, now when I think about it, I love the effect. Beautiful. Okay, now for the inner corner, going again with the Tom Ford. Back that one. This is my favorite light color. So the Black is Black from Natasha and this light from Soleil Neige from Tom Ford. Amazing. Going to apply 2 more shades, being Fearless from Huda. That one is going to be kind of a lighter shade for this on my lash line. Connect like so, and then I'm gonna go in with my small blending brush. I will smudge that, but at the same time I am repeating because I do want this shade to be a little bit lower and not just like a pencil, you know, just right next to my lash line. Spread it a little bit because I will go with the next shade as well. And that shade is, I don't know what's the name of this shade. Anyway, it's from Tom Ford, this dark shade. And that one will go just around my lash line. Of course, I have to spread this one a little bit as well. Okay, I think I'm ready for the lashes. Ardell 421 lashes. These are actually been cut, so less than a half of the lash, or somewhere I think around the half of the lash. But let me see. I want to cover a little bit more than the, well, than the 1/3 of the eye, like so. Now we're going to move on to a skin. My skin has been moisturized and prepared in that sense. So first thing I wanted to do is to, I don't know why I grabbed my foundation. So first I wanted to correct anything that I wanted to be corrected on my face. And then I'm going to go with my base, meaning with my foundation. And then after that, we're going to go contour and everything. Do you realize I do need to apply mascara to my lower lash line? To my lower lashes. I'm gonna be using my Illamasqua Emerge corrector in shade Emerge. Let me show you. This, you guys, is truly revelation. Like, if you are not using this one, make sure whatever you're using matches what you do need to correct on your face in this case. And for the majority of the skin tones, I'll say the salmon shade will work just fine. I am applying this one only where I wanted to, for the areas to be corrected. Once again, tapping. And in a second, I'm about to show you the difference. And like I already mentioned, if I have to choose between concealer and corrector, I'll go with the corrector. Why? Because concealer cannot correct. Concealer will just lighten, brighten up, give you a refreshed look in that sense, but this will give you to that refreshed look, and you can see the difference. And I'm going to lighten up even more here. This stuff is amazing, guys. Amazing. Next is this nose area right here that needs to be corrected. And bear in mind, the proportion that your skin has been prepared, the makeup will look good. Like if you are having really dry or really oily skin, the skin in each way not being hydrated, like the result, especially for the skin products, it won't be good. Next thing, I'm going in with the Prada, what is it? MN45 foundation, and this one is a bit too darker for me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going in with the Dior Backstage foundation in 0W, just a couple of drops to make it lighter. This is highly recommended. This is one of the products I cannot go without. Why? Because you can mix this one, because it's face and body foundation. It is so light. At the same time, it will give you specific shade that you want. It's amazing. And for you that are super pale, this one doesn't pull orangey or anything like that. You will love that one. Again, it's shade 0W from Dior Backstage. And to apply this foundation, you can use, I suggest, like once you spread it, you can use a beauty blender. And you can see how this shade is like matching really great my skin. Well, this is custom made shade, so I'm spreading this with a, what is this? Contour brush from Real Techniques. Another product, I don't think I can go at the moment without it. It's so good. Just slightly going to spread. Like at the same time, like I do want to have a coverage, but I don't want to have too heavy of a coverage. Of course, my ears and everything around my neck. And one mistake that I've made, I don't have any more products. So whenever you're doing custom made product, make sure to make it enough. And I forgot, I still have a lot of product on my brush. I don't know what I'm going to wear later, but I'm just going to spread everything like so. Of course, I am avoiding the areas where I applied my corrector underneath the eyes. And also for the end, I will use my beauty blender just to tap to have any excess from my, whatever is left on my skin. Once this step is done, I'm going in with Makeup by Mario. This is Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in medium dark. I'll say this one is a little bit too dark for me, but the thing here is it blends so beautifully. So in a way, it doesn't matter, you know, I'm not having issues because it's a bit deeper shade like I mentioned. Instead, I'm going with the same brush and slowly starting to blend it. You'll see now how it will beautifully blend. And right here, I'm using tapping motions. And whatever is left on my brush, I'm using right here. Now I'm gonna go in with the Mirage pomade from Danessa Myricks. And I will use like smaller blending brush for this. Just going on top of the contour that I have. And also will apply the one right here. Well, you know what? I should, when I think about it now, I should go with a desert pomade. Like I don't want my contour to look too dark, and I will lighten up everything later. I just want my edges to be a little bit more darker than they are. And now another one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush Wand in shade Pillow Talk. Gorgeous. Okay, this is liquid blush and I did take too much, so I'm going to spread it on my hand like so. Warm it up before I go and apply. I didn't have to apply this one on my skin first. This is good. Gradually I can use one brush for so many things on my face. Great. It is soft. It's nothing too crazy, and I will apply it a little bit right here as well. Beautiful. Okay, time to lighten up. So my favorite concealer at the moment is this Lancome Serum Concealer. I know it's been either you like it or not. I am loving this one so much. The thing is, it's a bit too dark for me, so I'll have to apply a little bit of Makeup by Mario because that's the lighter shade that I have. MAC would be too heavy for what I want. Yeah, I would love to order another one from another shade from Lancome because this is truly stunning, you guys, for the dry skin. It's amazing. Okay, this brush is supposed to be for the eyes. I'm not using it for my eyes. I'm using it for the skin and applying my primer for the eyes. It's amazing. It came in from the Sigma, it was Sigma Mod palette. Slowly starting to blend everything. This looks so beautiful. Now for the under the eyes, I used Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in number 1. It's broken, so I have to hold it like that. I just apply the tiniest amount underneath my eyes, and that is the best setting powder for underneath the eyes that I've tried so far. The best. Now for the rest of my face, I'm using Makeup Forever 1N10 HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder. If I'm using this one really lightly, I love it, but to build it up too much, my skin gets cakey. I know they have reformulated this one, so I'm going really with a light amount. Unfortunately, that is one thing that I discovered using it from time to time, and yeah, definitely not something that I love. But again, if it's a light layer, I don't mind it. It's looking good. Now, one thing that I recently discovered, now look at this. I'm taking this side of my beauty blender, so not this one, but this one. And like, this can get really heavy, even though with this powder, which is supposed to be like kind of outside medium coverage. And I will really get into the sponge. Maybe I'll just dab a little bit. And now for this area right here on my nose, it fits perfectly. Now look at this. I don't know if you can see on camera, but this right here, it gives me perfect contour. And now the same on this side, just pressed it like this. Amazing. Try this and tell me what you think. Like in general, I'm not doing this. Maybe it's not something revolutionary, but I just recently, I don't know, tried to do this and I really liked it. Now to set my contour, I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath Labs Nude Honey. This is their bronzer, and I am loving their bronzers. Now for the blush, I am going to do MYX Midnight Airhead Blush from, this is Pat McGrath Bijou Collection Supernova Siren palette. Obviously this one is too dark for me, so I'm going to mix it with its beautiful blush right here. This one is from Hourglass, and this one is, even though it's owl customizable packaging, this is from Leopard color combination. I'm just going to get a custom blush. Now for my highlighter, I'm going to use Skin Fetish Divine Glow Highlighter Golden Moonlight from Pat McGrath. I am loving this one. So gorgeous. I will go in with the MAC Magic Radiance. You know what? I will apply a little bit of that highlighter right in my inner corner and underneath my eyebrows, since everything is so matte. For my lips, I used Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in shade 20 Pioneer. I also added a little bit of Paco Rabanne lipstick into this mixture. Actually, I don't know, it just says famous lip color. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comment section down below what are your thoughts when it comes to this type of videos. And I will see you in my next one really soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.